Assalamu alaikum, it's your brother Ibrahim here from Idlib, Syria. This is my third video of a series of videos where I'm trying to answer some questions regarding what's happening here on the ground. The question in this video is, who are the opposition forces? Now, I thought I'd clarify initially that there are two main umbrellas that represent the opposition today. The first umbrella is Operations Room and Fath al-Mubin. They operate and they run the fronts of the Idlib province as well as the western countryside of Aleppo. They are made up of a number of factions, two main prominent factions, Hayat Tahrir al-Sham or HTS and Al-Jabha al-Wataniya al-Tahrir or the National Liberation Front. The second umbrella is the National Army. They operate on the northern countryside of Aleppo. They are also made up of a large number of factions, smaller factions, sort of decentralized. They have more of a closer link to Turkey. In saying that, I think it's important that we come back and speak about the initial days of the revolution and how we arrived to this outcome. Initially, to be honest, about 7 years ago, 8 years ago, there was chaos, and the situation with regards to the factions and the opposition was very chaotic. There were hundreds of factions, even thousands. We have a little joke here that you try to think of a new name for a faction, you run out of names because they've all been taken. As well as the emergers which took place, or the evolving or dissolving of factions over time. This sort of process is what led us to arrive to these two umbrellas today. As well, the factions or the opposition is made up of many different types of Syrian people or the public, which it's their revolution. Many thousands of them, you could say generals and military leaders, defected from the Assad regime's army. These leaders left with much of their soldiers. They left for a number of reasons. Of the reasons was the oppressive way the Assad army was dealing with the people, killing the protesters and murdering protesters, bombing the villages and cities and homes of the people, of the citizens of Syria. So they defected. Many of them gathered around together and formed the Free Syrian Army, formed the factions, and gradually, as I mentioned, developed and evolved to come under these two main umbrellas today. Now, the Syrian people have been patient, perseverant. They put forth much of martyrs, of many injured, millions displaced. They're still being patient and carrying on, supporting their sons in these two main umbrellas, in the Operations Room, Fath al-Mubin, in these factions. The opposition see them arriving to this outcome today as a great achievement. They have breached many obstacles that were previously faced. They do see that there is a long way ahead of them to arrive to where they actually want to be, or to what they want to achieve. I hope I've answered this question in a way that you've understood it. I will elaborate on this topic more in future videos, inshallah. If you have any questions or comments, please share them with us. They are greatly appreciated. Jazakumullah khair, it's your brother Ibrahim here. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.